Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to 31 Days of Pomp-o-Ween. Today, I don't really know what to call this look. I've drawn inspiration from many different things and I'm kind of combining them all into one. I think this is going to be a modern take on La Llorona. When I did Cuca a few days ago, a lot of you asked for me to do other characters from folklore. Some of you did ask for La Llorona, and that got me thinking that every Halloween I end up doing a look that involves tears, and this year I haven't done it yet. And I wanted to do something that was really bold and graphic and kind of geometric, and that got me thinking of my geometric witch look, which I did, I believe, a couple years ago, and that's still to this day one of my all-time favorite looks. It's a really modern and geometric take on a witch, and I thought about taking the idea of La Llorona and tears and all that and mashing it up together with the geometric witch look. And in my research, I also saw this look by an artist that goes by Zoran Blitz. It's a corpse paint inspired look, and I've actually always wanted to do a corpse paint look, but I've never gotten around to it, not quite sure why. I like the boldness and the graphic nature of this look, which I feel like my witch look is also very bold and graphic and all that. So I'm taking all those ideas and mashing them up and doing a half and half black and white teary faced type of thing. I figured this is something that will be pretty easy to do. You can just throw it on and it'll look really cool. Great for last minute costume ideas. I will be, however, repeating the costume from my witch look because your girl ain't got that many costumes. And I don't have a half black and white wig, which is a shame because I feel like it would really go well with this look. Wait, yeah, I do. I've got my Cruella one. Oh shit. I might wear my Cruella wig. I'll see what I think looks best with the look. So I'm gonna stop talking now and I'm gonna get to painting. But before I begin, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And be sure to hit that bell button if you want to be notified every time I upload. So this look is going to be half black and half white. And I'm gonna start with the white side. So I'm gonna go in first with the Mayron Clown White Light on the right half of my face. And I've already gone ahead and covered up my eyebrows. If you don't know how to do that, then I have a full tutorial just dedicated to brow covering that you can watch by clicking right up here. Oh man, I'm hitting pan on this. Although you probably can't see that. I'm going to take this on a dampened beauty blender and I'm just going to apply it to half of my face. And it's okay if I go over a little bit onto this side because I'm going to be covering it up with black, so it doesn't really matter. And I don't have to get any white around my eye. This is all going to be black, but I just want to make sure to cover up the brow. But the immediate eye area will be black, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm also going to take this onto my neck. Now, typically, you guys know that I would use water-activated face paint for my body, but because I'm going to be using black water-activated face paint on top of the white, I don't want them to mix together, so I'm using a cream base to guarantee that that won't happen. Once that's done, I'm going to set it by powdering it all down with some translucent powder. I'm using the RCMA No Color Powder, and I have it in this Anna Sui powder holder, and I'm just going to heavily powder that because clown white does not set by itself, so you need to put powder to make sure that it sets and does not move. Luckily, this powder is very, very cheap. I think it's around like $12 for a big bottle, so don't be afraid of using lots. Now, while I let that powder sit, I'm gonna go and do the black on this side of my face, and for that, I'm gonna be using the Makeup Forever Color Ink in the color M100, and the reason I'm using this product instead of my usual water-activated face paint is because I'm going to be using white on top of it, and if I put white face paint on top of black face paint, it would surely mix together and not be a true white, it would be gray. So this product is a lot more transfer resistant, so I'm using this as a base first. I did a similar technique in a video that I did for last year's Halloween, and that was my vintage cat mask tutorial, and it was the same thing. I did a black base with water activated face paint on top of it. For this product, a little bit goes a very long way. Make sure to shake it first. I normally don't do this. I usually take it on the back of my hand, but I'm just gonna put a drop there and then spread that around. These color inks, I'm not quite sure what their base is, but they're like super concentrated pigments. They're pretty insane. Again, I'm not gonna apply black around the immediate eye area because I don't need to. And as you can see, I'm avoiding the center with this because I'm going to use a much smaller brush so that I can be really precise and have a crisp line down the center. And I'm taking a much smaller flat brush so I can go down the middle and be very, very precise with that line. I think even this brush might be a little too big and the bristles kind of flare out a little bit. so it doesn't give me like the most precise lines. So I'm going to take the super square brush. Let's see how that works out. This is honestly going to be the toughest part of the whole look. Once you've got this down, then the rest is easy peasy and you don't have to be precise with the lines or anything. I'm going to lightly powder this side as well. I'm going to brush the excess off of the white side. You can see there is a lot of it. You can see the powder makes the black look a little bit gray, but it's fine, it'll settle and everything will be all right again. I'm going to start off by doing the white on top of the black side because while I'm working on the white side, it'll give this a chance to dry. And then at the end, I'll be able to do a second layer because I'll probably need to. With white, for you to get it to look really, really white, you have to do more than one layer. So I'm counting on that already. So for my immediate eye area, I'm actually going to go in with the Clown White Light just because it behaves better on the lid than water activated paints. So I'm just going to do that as kind of like a little base. And then I'm going to set that with the Sugar Pill Pressed Shadow in the color Taco. It's the matte white. You'll see this makes it a lot whiter, a lot more opaque. Then you can just dust off the excess. Then I'm going to take the Wolf water activated face paint to do the drips and everything else. Now I would recommend using Wolf for this or using something like the Suva Beauty Hydroliner because this brand of face paint specifically is wax based, so it's a lot thicker in consistency than other face paints like the Mayron Paradise paints. Those are glycerin based, so they're a lot thinner. So if you want really opaque lines, I'd recommend using this. I'm gonna go ahead and start by doing a few teardrops. And I'm kind of just saturating one area and waiting for the drip to fall on its own. That's how I personally like to do any sort of tear. I don't like drawing the tears on. I like for it to be an actual drop. So I'm just saturating close to my eye over and over and letting gravity do its thing. Then I'm going to do another one over here, but this time I'm going to direct this one and I'm going to have it meet this guy. And then whenever you want to stop a drop, just take a Q-tip and then slightly pat off the excess. And there you go. Do another drop here. I'm also going to do drips coming from my mouth. And when doing these drips, feel free to do whatever feels natural. Feel free to improvise. For the drips out of the nose, I want thinner drips. Oh, and you don't want to press your brush too hard, otherwise the white will mix in with the black. Like I just did here, you don't want to do that. I want to bring these drips down to the neck. Kind of want to do another tier over on this side that goes all the way down to my neck. I haven't quite figured out what to do with my eye. I was gonna do like splatters. I might still do that. I'm gonna take this brush. This is a Makeup Forever brush. This is the 404 straight. And I'm just going to flick the paint on. Kind of wanted bigger splatters. There we go. I'm just taking the brush that I used to do the drops and I'm just flicking it. Then I'm taking the paint that's on my finger and I'm gonna dab it. Decided to do some like upside down tears, cause why not? Now I'm just going to add a few little drops around my nose. Now on my right side, I'm going to use the excess that's on this brush from the black color ink, and I'm just going to apply that around my immediate eye area. Then I'm going to take the Melt Gemini palette, and I'm going to use the color Bonnie to set this eye, but I want to be very careful, make sure that I don't get any fallout so that I won't ruin the white base. For that, I like tilting my head forward, because then if there is fallout, it'll just fall onto the desk and not onto my cheek. Now I'm going to take the Black Wolf face paint to do the drips on this side. And I'm using the same brush, I just cleaned it off, obviously. And same thing. Now, if the black is too watery, it can start bleeding out, which is kind of what's happening here. I think I can salvage it, but you have to be slightly more careful with the black than you do with the white. So for that, I'm going to use a less wet paint and I'm going to draw it on more with the brush instead of letting it free flow. And I don't want the sides to be symmetrical. I'm trying to vary the drips that I do on each side. I think the upside down tears give it more of a corpse painty element. I'm going to take my finger and just kind of stamp around the top to get the same sort of textures that I got on this side. Now I'm going to do my lips, and I'm going to start with the white lip on the black side. I'm going to start, however, by making sure that my lips don't have any black on them by taking some makeup remover on a Q-tip. I'm going to use the Clown White Light as my lipstick on this side. I'm going to blot off the excess. Then I'm going to take the Suva Beauty Hydroliner in the color Space Panda over top. I'm gonna let that dry. And while that dries, I'm going to do the lipstick on this side. I'm going in with the Black Moon Cosmetics Sleepwalker. It is the blackest black lipstick. Once this is all dry, I'm going to set the white part with Sugar Pills Taco. And as I said before, I'm just going to go over all the white drips just to make sure that they are really, really white. You can see they dry down kind of see-through, so they're more gray than they are white. I don't want that. I want very opaque white lines. So I've gone ahead and put on this wig, and I spent a long time trying to separate the black and the white hairs, but now all I've got left to do is line my waterline and put on my contacts, and then that's it. So in this eye, I'm going to put a black sclera contact, and in this eye, I'm going to put a whiteout contact. But I'm going to line my waterline on this side with the NYX Jumbo Pencil in the color Milk, because I just want it to match the rest of the eye that's around it. I'm gonna really work it into the roots of the lashes to make sure there's no skin tone peeking through. Might need some more taco to make sure this is all really, really white. And then on this side, I'm using the Ardell Wanna Get Lucky gel liner in the color Ink. It's just the black. I couldn't find my Milk one, which is my go-to black eyeliner. Okay, now I'm gonna put my contacts in and put on my outfit, and I'll be back to show you the finished look. And this is the finished look. I decided to go for the wig and the hood because I thought it added more interest to the character, because as you saw, the makeup was super easy, super simple, but by adding accessories or a cool outfit, you can really make a look work and make it look much more complex than it actually is. I kind of just draped this on my shoulders and just put this over so that I wouldn't have to actually put it on, because the opening for the head is so small, so I didn't want to risk messing everything up. The lenses definitely do add a lot to the look, but they are horrible to wear. That's why I've taken them off now. And if my teeth look super yellow, it's because I actually added a little bit of black mouth effects to take pictures so that my tongue would be black, and it stains your teeth and your gums too, so my teeth look extra yellow now. And this is my old Cruella wig from the look that I did last year. If you want to watch that, I'll link it right up here. So I guess this did turn out as a modern La Llorona, very much in the same spirit of my Geometric Witch. Now this kind of makes me want to do more characters from folklore and myths in this style, like black and white, super graphic, super geometric. I think that would be a fun challenge to try to condense the characters into very minimal characteristics. Yeah, this might be the beginning of a series. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Let me know what you think of the idea. And that's it for today. I really hope you liked this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to all my patrons who support me and who made Pomp-o-Ween possible. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow for another Halloween tutorial. I'll see you then. Bye.